Morning, folks. Can you hear me? Cool. How's everyone doing? Yeah? Is that it? Yeah? No, I just want to say first thing, it's so good to be back in Blackpool. I've missed it. It's just such, I just love the seaside. Massive thanks to Rach. Good thing here is that I'm not talking and presenting. I'm not talking shop. I'm talking shit. Yeah? So I'll be quick. I'll be smart. If I can, I want to get off the stage and I'm going to give it to the people that know what they're talking about. So first up is a young man. Doesn't really need any introductions, really, does he? Mr. Nathan Lomax from Quickfire, who is going to be talking about the lifeblood of what we're about, really. Not going to give too much away, so I'm going to pass it over to Nathan. If you're buying him a drink later, just watch your footwear. Please, Mr. Nathan.
Thank you. Fucking hell, I'm still hungover. Good morning, everybody. Look, if you want to be in the top 1%, you have to do what the 99% are not prepared to do. And for me, that 1% is called execution. I talk to agencies up and down the country, and they're all moaning about the same thing. We haven't got enough leads. Now, it's my job over at Quickfire to just sell the world and leave it to the team to deliver. So I'm just there promising everything. Yes, you can have it for free. Yes, you can have it tomorrow. But honestly, sales is everything in agency land. And today I was thinking, well, what could I do that's going to be really practical for you guys? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give you the playbook. This is everything we do from start to finish. So let's dive in. The big takeaway for me is to become absolutely obsessed with top of funnel. Okay, the process works as follows. Find the brand, nurture the brand, get drunk with the brand, build the relationships and more, pitch, sell discovery. I'm not even selling the whole thing. I'm selling discovery, and then we close it. So let's start with what's called the 30-30-30-10. Has anyone heard of that before? Like 30% of our leads should come from what's called NEST. NEST is networking, events, speaking, and thought leadership. And if you know Quickfire, you know we run events. 45 events a year. Okay, so networking, events, speaking, thought leadership. The next 30 is all about partnerships, which is why we're all here today. Okay, so we call it the plus equals minus model. Like, we're so laser focused on our ICP. We work with brands from 1 to 30 million, and we want to dominate mid-market. So if the build is 30 to 60K, amazing. If it's 200K, it's not right for us. If it's 10K, it's not right for us. We're super intentional. Then you go to client referrals. So how can you get the head of e-com or whoever your point of contact is to take you wherever they go and to tell their friends? And the last is our own marketing. Does it all make sense so far? It's not too fast, Rach? We're all good? Good. So the question for today is why? Why do we do these activities? Okay, now this one up here, this marketing activity, is sector-specific micro-papers. And we do this because it's a Trojan horse. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get in front of brands without being like, hey, buy my service, etc. So we try and get through to them with content. So what I want to do is when a brand comes to me, I want to position ourselves as a point of authority. So I want to have, here's the sector specific. So let's say you work in pet and you're on Magento. I'm like, bloody perfect. I've got a pet guide, which shows you I know everything about pet, and I've got a Magento to Shopify guide that shows you I know everything about this process. So they feel comfort to come with us. So sector specific papers, really important and working really nicely for us. Then you layer that with the platform takedowns. So, okay, come from Magento to Shopify, come from VisualSoft to Shopify, come from Ecommerce to Shopify, whatever it's going to be, we want to position ourselves as a point of authority and give people the content that makes them think, shit, he knows what he's talking about. The truth is, the team know what they're talking about. I've got no fucking idea. But that's the plan. Next, we layer in personality. Okay, so one thing that differentiates us, we tend to hear time and time again, is the personality of the agency. And we do this through email marketing. So we have a monthly newsletter that we send to brands and to partners to nurture them, to keep talking to them, to add value to them, to just stay top of mind. And that's the big takeaway from today, is how can you guys stay top of mind at every possible opportunity? So again, there's some event email marketing. Again, segmentation is super important. The Klaviyo team will be able to tell you all about that. But how can we make every communication feel as personalized as possible? Anyone do cold outreach, show of hands? It's like the absolute devil. So yeah, we're doing cold outreach. We continue to do cold outreach. It feels so alien, but again, it's another touch point. And so many times if I connected with someone on LinkedIn, I've sent them a cold email, they've still not replied, and then they've seen us somewhere else, and they've read a micro paper, still not replied, and then something else, and then the 9th engagement, finally they get in touch. And they're all warming up to this moment. Online events, I thought these were dead after COVID. I really did. I was like, they were so popular, and then suddenly, after COVID, everyone wanted in person. We're getting some great traction still doing online webinars. Best thing is to get a tech partner. Where's Max at Claw? We're doing one with Max quite soon. Like, there he is. Get the tech partner, get them to bring a brand and yourself, and then do the talk. Do it through LinkedIn Live. Use StreamYard or a similar tool. Use LinkedIn Live, invite your connections, and it gives you a great way to then, they accept, you add them to your email list, you then nurture that list. So that's worked really well for us. More fucking white papers, I tell you, we write so much content. For this, it's about bigger state of the nation reports. Again, a great way to pull in other agencies, other partners. We work with the folks at Shopify, constantly trying to position ourselves as the go-to agency or the go-to resource. Awards, love them or hate them. I've got a great story to tell you all at the bar afterwards about my trip to Barcelona. I drank out of a shoe, and yeah, we'll share later. But awards are amazing and have been great for us because they've, again, positioned us as a point of authority. Okay, so a lot of people have been, oh my God, European e-com agency. Yeah, we submitted some forms and put it in. Like, it really isn't that fancy, but people believe what they want to believe. Okay, and that's why I post every day on LinkedIn. They tell their own story. So I really encourage you, just like overcome the anxiety of, oh, what might people think, what might people say. The people that are more hungry are doing it and getting the results. So for God's sake, get yourselves out there. PR, I mean, fuck knows what is PR, but I think it's just because I'm super vain. I want it to be in like every publication, but essentially, we've got some great results from PR. Okay, so just think, how can you get in trade press? How can you really position your guys as the go-to people? Even more, we use organic socials. The reach is terrible. We really don't get a massive return from organic socials, but it's another touch point. I was talking to someone earlier, actually. For us, this is like reinforcing the story. Max, I think it was you talking about this earlier. Like, it's all about social proof, right? So they go watch a webinar or they download some content, they go to your socials, and it's just reinforcing that you know what you're talking about. Paid social, we started doing this with the help of Shopify, actually. We did some paid social, LinkedIn lead gen. That's generated some really interesting results, particularly around B2B. So it might be worth split testing. I guess that's another takeaway, is for God's sake, just test and measure. Just keep pulling the trigger. Keep trying stuff, and you'll see what works. We're just doing some charity and CSR with the Retail Trust Partnership, another great way to get in front of more brands. We've tried infographics and one-pagers, and we're not afraid to fail fast. We did these, they absolutely tanked, fine. Put them on the back burner, we'll do something else. Can you believe we do all of this with no CRM? Right, literally just my little head and the occasional Google Sheet. So for God's sake, finally we're getting a CRM. We've got a new website. I think that's really let us down in terms of positioning. We do all this activity, we drive them back to the website, but it doesn't do us justice, so that's in the pipe. And then direct mail is where I believe it's at for 2025. And I got a copy here. If anyone wants to come and find us afterwards, I can show you what we've done. We've got all different tech partners in there, tips, tricks, resources, etc. And we'll be sending them directly to brands, which is just another way to stand out. They talk a lot about being a salmon and swimming upstream. So how can you guys think differently and get in front of the retailer? The next thing for me is about intentionality. So every stage of our business, projects or retainer, has buckets. Okay, can everyone see that screen? Yeah, so everyone has buckets. I can send these afterwards, but essentially every bucket then has buckets within it, and it's all about being intentional. So if I look at our leads and I go, oh, strategic partner agencies is a bit down, I need to go and spend more time with those people. Or, oh, we haven't got much from Shopify's bigger agencies, okay, I need to spend time with those people. So everything is laser focused and really, really intentional. Same with retainers. So cold outreach, Nest, tech partnerships, etc. Anyone work with a book of business? I guess more for the tech partners, but we've started to work with shared book of businesses with tech partners. That's worked really well for us. We've got our own lead-in list. We used a tool called Apollo. Everyone know Apollo? And then we signed up to Zoom Info, which charged us like 50 times the price. And I was like, I'll tell you what, if I use Zoom Info, I'm going to have to use it because it's so much more expensive. I'll feel awful if I don't. Yeah, 3 months later, I've not logged in, and it's a bloody expensive test. The big thing is the hook. Okay, so what is the hook? We're doing all this activity, we're being super noisy, but what is our hook? And for me, the hook was a free audit or a workshop or a discovery session or a competitor analysis or something that's going to make them take the next action. And so for us at the moment, it's a CRO audit, and that's working really nicely. Okay, and you can all have your own version of this. We've also got a revenue growth calculator. That's been a great hook for us. But whatever it is, what's the thing that's going to add value and join the dots to then try and push them towards discovery? The big thing with the calculator that we've been using is just to show the growth that they could have. So this is where you are now. If you do this, this, and this, which we can help you do, this is the growth you can unlock. We're not promising them that we're going to give them that growth, but we're going to show them the path. And then they think, bloody hell, I'd love that, but I haven't got time, and then they use the agency. So what I wanted to do, just to wrap up today, is just show you, like, warts and all, how this has gone. So this was the original target. We wanted to do 164 MQLs. Why 164? I don't know. It just sounded like a good number. I think the target really is 24 conversions. So how can we get 24 conversions? So in January, we were super intentional, super top of funnel. For anyone that is in the industry, particularly in the UK, it's super scrappy right now. So January, and I can share these with you, but January, super intentional, 59 inquiries. We qualify them. Then they go into pre-discovery, then actual discovery, and then close. February, really, really strong for us. The results start to compound, and that's the thing. Like, if you think, why the hell do you do 45 events? We do that, not to close deals today or tomorrow, but I'm building the pipeline for like 18 months' time. So there's some activities, book of business, direct outreach, where I'm looking for inquiries today, whereas the events, I'm nurturing a far longer pipe. So it's February, March. You'll see it averages about 50 inquiries a month top of funnel. The biggest challenge for us as an agency now is how do we service all the inquiries and give them the time to get them to close, right? Because we're great at this bit, but we need to get them all the way through. April, 42. May, and you can see the split as well, right? So you look at this one, perfect. Nest, like what the hell's happening with Nest? We're not going to enough networking events. Why is that? I've been brought back into the agency to help with some delivery, so we're not out there. Events, okay, it's a quieter time. We haven't done many events. Speaking, no speaking ops, so we need to get on the case. And thought leadership, nothing's been pushed out. So you can start to spot trends and be like, actually, that explains that situation. I think that's the big thing, is if you do anything, for God's sake, track it. Okay, because that's how you know if it's working or not. It says May, June, really interesting. You'll see the leads go down as we brought in head of growth, and we had to step back. And I guess that's been the last thing, is how can I try to get my team to do some of this activity rather than it always being the Nathan show, which as a character is fucking hard because I love it, but it's not about me, it's about the agency. So there's June and there's July. Okay, so just as a roundup, top of funnel, 338 inquiries this year, taken to 254 MQLs, which are intro calls. They're only an MQL if they jump on a call. 254 calls of 30 minutes, 105 pre-discovery calls, which are a bit deeper, 59 discovery sessions or quotes, 27 deals closed. Conversion rate of 10.63 really needs to improve. We want it closer to 15. But unless we have the data, we have no way of improving it. So I hope that's been helpful. Come and find me afterwards. I can give you a copy of this book or at least share it with you. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.